Hey everybody, it's Lori Burris with the Catch a Pocket Podcast. And tonight, episode 24, is my friend Ian Ottaway. I've known Ian a long time, since I was a kid, and he is a genuine soul. So a lot of times he comes off as gruff, but he's actually a really kind-hearted person, and he was a pleasure to interview. He has a new album coming out, a self-debut album called Roll with the Damned, and Matt Boroff helped him record and produce. He also sings in some of the numbers, quite a few of the numbers on the album. And if you haven't checked him out, look him up. He has a good album out right now. We're also going to feature a few songs off the album. One's called I'm Always, and in that one it features Mark Lanigan from Screaming Trees and Queens of the Stone Age, and also there is the Roll with the Damned album, or song off the album, is featuring Joe Cardamon. So just name dropping like crazy right now, but thanks for listening tonight, and I hope you guys enjoy our interview together, and I also hope you like, subscribe, and tell your friends about the Catch a Pocket Podcast. Appreciate it. Now, just sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you for coming, sir.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Too cool. So, right away, we're just going to start in. Were you born here in Wichita?
No, actually, I was born in Alaska, and that was in 1920. Yes.
Oh,
shit. I was born in Wichita.
Yeah?
1969.
1969.
Yeah.
So,
a good year. Like
good year.
Iggy and the Stooges year.
Hell yeah.
I think it was the Summer of Hate.
Summer of Love.
No, Summer of Hate.
Yeah, okay, and you're the yin to the yang that was happening there.
Altamont, Rolling Stones, Summer of Hate.
That's true.
So,
Rolling Stones.
I missed the peace train by a bit.
You were born here in Wichita, and so how long did you live in Wichita?
I left
at first.
town, I think, when I was like about 17. I think I was 17, and I moved up to Kansas City. That's right.
Okay. Like Westport area?
Westport,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
how long did you live there?
Off and on. I lived there off and on for like a year or two, maybe. And I was very fond of getting drunk.
Uh-huh.
And I was always trying to go into this one black jazz club. I mean, it was the underbelly type, and I was totally attracted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going in there, and there was this really beautiful black woman, and she goes, "Hey, baby, you're in the wrong place. You know, sugar, you're good looking, but you're in the wrong place, baby. Let me walk you out of here." And she took care of me, and people were pretty cool to me, but they played really cool music. There was dangerous people. Totally attracted to it.
Yeah.
So, but she got me out of there, and then I think I walked down the street and threw a beer bottle through a window of some. I was a complete jerk off back then sometimes.
Hey, did you play in a band when you were in KC?
No, I didn't, but I had a mentor up there named David Dryden, and he played in a band. Mm-hmm. That I was very smitten with, called Piston Grind, I believe.
Okay.
And he played up there at the art school in Kansas City.
Right.
And he was really good friends with a cool band up there with the lead singer Ernie of Tenderloin.
Okay.
And I got really turned on by like Tenderloin and Piston Grind, and hanging out with those guys. They taught me how to respect roaches, like actual cockroaches, you know.
What?
In apartments, they were like, hey, they were here before us, so don't go stomping around. And if you're gonna do something with your life, listen to Iggy Pop and the Stooges, and listen to The Birthday Party, and listen to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, and read Charles
they turned you on
Bukowski.
to all this cool shit.
And William Burroughs, you know, books, and basically mixing authors and rock and roll. So it's books and rock and roll.
And it just opened your mind to something.
And get out of all the modern stuff. And
okay.
And even it went into like films with Wings of Desire and the director Wim Wenders. And
cool.
it just... So then I was going to see films, and I was just really...
Just expanding your mind.
Yeah, drinking it all in.
Yeah,
you know?
and opening up a whole genre of
because
culture
the only
that
thing
you
there,
didn't even really...
Yeah, because the only thing there at the time is like Whitney Houston.
Right.
And I don't even know what you would say for the rock and roll at the time, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Guns N' Roses was pretty important.
I
but
like
you
Guns
can
N'
only...
Roses,
yeah, I
though,
do too. I still do. And but they were saying you got to expand a lot further than just the Cult or Guns N' Roses.
Right.
You have to...
Right, the Colts. Okay, that
find
brings
more
in the
like
Colts.
European stuff, you know, even
Right.
really early psychedelic furs and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
So that was very interesting.
Like Nick Cave is a huge
he's-
influence, and Tom Waits and that
all
shit
of that.
is so badass.
Because you're mixing more of
But Ian
novels.
Asbury on the Colt. Oh my God, you
Yeah,
know,
he's great.
and Billy Duffy,
Yeah, but
guitar god.
the
Yeah.
other stuff
But it was
more,
like really
it was
opened
more
up.
books, and that's where it got really exciting for me. Books and film. So you're mixing cinema, books, and then rock and roll.
Yeah.
And not the way that Elvis did it.
Right. No, you're right.
You know?
We're just still from black people, right? Isn't that what Elvis did?
Oh man.
You
But
know?
who doesn't? You
Yeah.
know?
Every person who makes it great that's
you
white
don't have
has
black
stolen
people, you don't
from
have rock
a
and
black
roll.
person somewhere down the line. The Beatles, for instance. So, and I love the Beatles, and the Beatles are, to me,
Yeah, but they ain't no Howlin' Wolf.
well, hell, John Lennon.
Howlin' Wolf's my man. He was even born on the same day as my dad. But
Really?
I think a different year, but same date, June 10th.
Really?
Yeah, always like that.
So you talk about your dad's. You were born here in Wichita. You moved out when you were 17. Did you live with both your parents during your growing up years?
Yeah, pretty much with my mom, but I had like two grandmothers, and I'm kind of different than other people. I really had like great family members.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got that fortunate, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a jerk half the time. But I
That
really
might be why.
You never know.
You never know.
But I got really lucky with the people in my life, and I don't know. They taught me real simple stuff like open the door for other people. You know,
Right.
be thankful. You know,
Right.
be humble, and
Be a good person.
yeah.
Try to do
if I'm
your
ever
best.
fucking nutty, then that's just all on me. That's not them. You
Okay.
know.
You're no reflection of
No,
your
no,
roots.
that's just me trying to fucking Iggy Pop type. You know,
Right.
just get
Lash
involved
out
and
and
break
yeah.
glass. I like the sound of breaking glass. So,
yeah. Yeah.
but
You're pretty much a Heldian, known for a little bit of your
Somebody's-
antics in the.
somebody's got to shake it up.
Well, and I agree with that 100%. I always really appreciate someone who could kind of get people off their center and
But
make
there's got to
them-
be something behind just shaking something up. That's why you
Right.
have to know about books. You have to know about films. You have to know about culture. You have
Right.
to know about different things. And that's, you know, if you know about these, then you have something to back it up.
That's right.
You're not just a flying asshole. You
Right.
know?
Not, yeah, I mean, it's okay to once in a while have a bad day and be a totally flying asshole. You can ask my family that
You don't even have
I
to
am
be
one.
mad. You
But,
don't even have to be mad. You can throw a bottle against a wall and record that sound. You can even make a song out of it.
Right?
But it just sounds so good. And I don't know why I was always It's kind of like sometimes when kids are addicted to the smell of gasoline. And you go, I don't know why I like that smell of petrol. You know, it just smells like something. You know, it's that kind of metallic smell and
Something
glass.
that freezes someone.
Yeah, and glass when it smashes, it has a certain ring to it. You know, not a ringtone though.
So if you left and you got your wild oats in KC?
Yeah, and then after what happened was I came back to Wichita. But what happened was played in bands here. Then I went to Kansas City.
Okay.
Came back here, hooked up with Danny and this bass player named Bob.
In the previous time?
No.
Okay.
And we had a gay drummer named Matt who was totally foxy, square jaw. Totally talk like that, and I was very smitten with that dude. He was awesome. He had an electronic drum kit, and I was like, oh man, that's so Duran Duran.
So cool.
I loved him.
Yeah.
And we would hit some gay bar, I forgot. It's out there by Joyland. And
The Fantasy. Our Fantasy.
It was a littler bar by Our Fantasy. And man, I got fucking down.
You got
with
town?
Matt, with my drummer, I'd always be like, "Yeah, bro, let's go fucking hit the dance floor."
Oh yeah, dude.
And
more fun.
but we had, so we had cool times.
Yeah.
And then,
then
again, we had a lot of cocaine going on.
Yeah, I can see that.
And so the whole band was doing cocaine, but I'm not a cocaine guy.
Yeah.
Just doesn't do it.
Yeah.
What it does is it makes me spit.
Oh.
So then I just become like this redneck that's like chewing,
spitting on people and
just spitting on the fucking basement
and
floor.
not even knowing. Just spitting out your mouth.
Everybody else was feeling great. Me, just a redneck spitting.
Get this shit out of
urban
me.
cowpoke. Yeah.
Yeah. That kind of spit. Okay.
But what happened is that we all decided. Well, Matt decided to stay because he was actually doing modeling. But Danny and then the bass player Bob were like, we got to move somewhere and make it. We got to do some rock and roll. And I said, fuck it. Ian Asbury, one time when I met him, he goes, you ought to go to Seattle, mate, and you ought to meet Andy Wood from Mother Love Bone.
Oh, shit.
And I went, maybe I will. So then I said, hey, why don't we go to fucking Seattle and meet Andy Wood of Mother Love Bone and fucking go there. And Danny goes, I used to live there when I was a kid. So we all moved. I got on a Greyhound bus. I boogied out to fucking Seattle.
Did you meet Andy Wood?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
awesome.
I did. And then he died.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least you met him.
Fuck yeah, dude. I met him.
Wow.
I don't fuck around, man.
Yeah, you go straight to the source.
You got it.
The very day you got there, did you meet him, or how many
Wasn't
days
the
did it
very
take?
day. No, it was actually at a Soundgarden concert. Went to see Soundgarden's
Yeah.
Loud
Rest in
Love
peace,
tour.
Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
I love him.
Bless his heart. I first got into rock and roll. It was with Van Powell and Zach Nicholson. And
Mike.
Brad on the drums. Well, Mike came a little later.
Okay.
But, the other Mike.
The other Mike.
But I don't know if that's his name. I can't remember correctly.
That's okay.
I hope he's dead so he doesn't fucking hear this shit. But anyway, he was like 48 years old.
And how old were you at the time?
Man, I was like 16 or 17.
Okay.
And I was totally sexy. But he was like a guy that was like a computer nerd.
Okay.
He was balding radically.
Okay. He was 45 or so.
Buck teeth. He had nerd glasses. Tall and lanky.
You kind of had that Ian Asbury look about yourself when I met you first.
Oh,
you still
mean I have a bubble butt?
Well, and you wore leather pants, and you kind of had that
I don't have any leather pants.
black hair Indian kind of white
I've got the Indian
mixture thing going on.
Got a little Joyland. Got a little Joyland going on too.
Got a little Joyland. Got a little.
That's because my grandfather built Joyland.
For real?
For real.
The whole thing,
You
or
didn't
just
know
a
that?
piece of it?
He started the whole damn thing.
Really? Ottaway.
Ottaway Amusements.
Oh, so is Sandra your sister?
She's not my sister, no.
Your aunt?
We're not really, there was too many divorces, so it's kind of,
Because
we're not
Phil's
all
friends
close.
with her.
They're all
That's all
good
I know.
people. I've met a few of them. They're all really good people, you know.
Yeah.
Even tried to get a job there, but they were like, look, you're not cut out for that type of road crew type of Ottaway work.
Like the carny.
I said, I want to be a carny, and they were like, really?
Yeah,
so,
but you're like, yeah, dude.
but I've always really, supported the Ottaway amusement parks.
Sure.
And,
yeah, they took it in another direction.
I worked at Joyland when I was 16, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was slinging cotton candy.
All right. How does that feel? Like, do you just
I
gotta
loved
make
it.
sure
It's
no
just that the
wasps
people
get in
that
and
owned it,
stuff?
the people that owned it afterwards, they knew that I was an Ottaway and they hired me. But
Like, I'm gonna shit on you for a while.
I bet,
See if you'll leave.
Yeah, but I actually enjoyed it, and before it all turned into wasty land.
Yeah. Yeah. It got bad.
Oh God.
It got bad, then it got terrible, and then it caught on fire.
Yeah,
basically.
but somebody made a really cool Joyland video.
I've seen.
I think it's called No Joy Land on YouTube.
Afterward.
But they did really cool colors and really beautiful music. Mm-hmm. And it's a bit depressing, I guess, in a sense, but in a cinematic way, where it really
beautiful.
captured what. It's kind of like how you look at childhood memories, maybe a little bit. It's like, Plus, also, it's kind of like they tore down Lawrence Student Stadium, and I understand that, time marches on.
Yeah.
Oh. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It does, but at the same time, there was so many memories of people's lives with their grandfathers and their grandmothers, and
Right.
so woven into that, and it's, when I drove by there, I went, whoa, man, that's pretty deep. That cut pretty deep.
Just like losing a dog or a loved one, you have this deep cut
affiliation with the place.
And it makes you sad when you see
it'll
that,
probably be haunted, the new place. So then, good, fuck them.
Creepy.
Can I tell you another story about Joyland?
Sure.
Real quick.
Do it. That's why we're here.
My stepdad's nephew, who I just call my cousin.
Okay.
And anyway, his name's Jimmy Craig.
Jim Craig.
Yeah. And
Jim
anyway,
Craig.
He was working out there one summer. He was about 17. And he was out there, and he's got his Sony Walkman on. Mm-hmm. And he's doing that, what's that called, when you're not mowing, but you're doing the other thing?
Weed eating.
He was weed eating around the roller coaster. Uh-huh. But he was working for some company of drug addicts.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So he was high. Mm-hmm. He's got his Sony Walkman on. And down here is like Bob. Mm-hmm. And Bob's got fucking headphones on too. Mm-hmm. And they're listening to like Night Ranger probably.
Probably. Or White Snake. Here I go again.
Yeah, there you go.
It might be
there you go again on your own again.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, he's weed whacking, to the Night Ranger. And he looks up, and the guy had stuck his head through the roller coaster fence-ish of wood.
Where you're not supposed to. The tracks, you mean? The tracks?
So he could, to see if he was getting the bottom corner of the edge. Mm. And I swear, the roller coaster came around. Decapitation.
No.
Yeah.
That is a...
Cut his head off, and Jim Craig was going...
Saw the whole thing?
Yeah. And then his life turned into...
Did he flop around like a
chicken? I don't know. He never got that far into the story.
Well, he might have blacked out.
But it's in the newspaper if you look up on Google and you look up decapitated fucking heavy metal dude.
Yeah.
It's there.
I always heard the story that the kid stood up right where it said don't stand up.
Little black dude.
And he fell out.
When I was in 4th grade.
And he fell out, or he got
tried to touch the sign that says, "Hey, thanks for coming to Joyland," and he tried to high five it, and just fell all the way down.
And did he die?
Broke his fucking neck.
Did he die?
Yep. Shit. It's all Google.
So that's all true. Then all those. Things.
Wichita is a haunted place.
All right, so, okay, you've taken me...
Do you even know what Wichita means?
Land of the...
Bunch of fucking Indians, Native Americans, that have no place to lay their head. Kind of like Jesus Christ. Something like that.
Yeah. I thought it was the land of the south wind blow.
That, or it means used car America.
Mm. Yeah, that might have been Talk One Knee or something that I was thinking of. Tonkawa.
Good
Sorry.
heavens.
Yeah, I'm in trouble with the Oklahomans right now. But, so.
Tulsa. I love Tulsa.
Yeah, Tulsa is a cool name. Tulsa. It's kind of tough sounding, actually.
Great history. A lot of cool things happening there, like the Outsiders Museum.
The Outsiders.
Remember
the
the
S.E. Hinton? Is that?
Yeah, S.E. Hinton.
Yeah.
I went up there.
Golden Boy. Goldie Boy.
Pony Boy.
Pony Boy.
I was up there.
Stay gold, Pony Boy.
Yeah, I went down there. My friend Tate Wittenberg, he's a big Tulsa fanatic. Mm-hmm. He's like a filmmaker and stuff. And the band I kind of work with, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, they were playing down there with Depeche Mode.
Ooh, I'm interested.
And so I got to go down there. And Danny Boy from...
Tulsa.
No, he's from actually a band back in the day called House of Pain.
House of Pain,
and they
the
had a
rap
song
band?
called Jump Around.
Okay.
Yeah, and he put all of his heart and love and cash and time into making the real Outsiders house that they used in the film.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was standing in Pony Boy Curtis's bedroom.
Oh, cool.
And and they're getting it built up every day, and
right.
That's Francis Ford Coppola's film.
Yeah, I didn't
They did
know that.
Rumblefish after that.
Yeah.
So it was
great movies and great
dynamite.
And Matt Dillon and what an actor and all the people.
Patrick Swayze.
Rip Patrick Swayze. Another one lost.
He was great.
There was Tom Cruise in there. Emilio Estevez.
Rob Lowe.
Ralph Macchio. And C. Thomas Howell.
And Leif Garrett, bro.
What? He was a bad guy. He was a
fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. The Greasers.
He was
I'm for the Greasers.
Yeah, he was what do you call it? What do they call it? I can't even
a prep?
Soch.
A soch.
He was a soch.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. He not nice.
He sucked, man. He sucked. Who wants to be with a two polo shirt? If you're wearing more than one polo shirt, kill yourself.
That was good.
Okay. Who's next? Where are we going?
Cardigans and Madres.
Okay, so well, you mentioned Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, but I don't think we want to go here yet.
Yeah, we got to get back to like the first band I was starting in with, which is Night Train.
And that was with
Zach Nicholson, who's a born-again Christian, helping out every single kid and person in the world. He's awesome.
Good for him. Go
I don't
Zach.
know how he
Go
does
Zach.
it. I don't know how he finds the energy, but he is.
I'm sure he's not listening to this because we curse way too much in this show.
Well, God bless him.
Yeah, sure. Okay, next. Zach was in your band.
With Van Powell.
And
we had Brad on drums. So anyway, I got Dan in the band. And he was like 400 years old. And I was like, listen here, fuck switch. Mm-hmm. I said...
He was the weirdo that was like a nerd?
Yeah, and he was like kind of a little American Psycho, you know, thin, wispy, and crazy. Mm-hmm. And he had bad dreams. But see, why I really wanted him in the band was because I couldn't buy beer.
Okay. And he was old enough. He was old.
He brought the beer.
Always brought the beer.
Yep.
Did you give him money or did he just
No, I bought him a wig.
For his head?
I got him a Mick Mars Motley Crue wig, and I said, slap that on your fucking bald skull. Yes, he did.
Did it look like Mick Mars?
It wasn't even stopping there. Then I got him some, what do you call it? What are those really tight pants that women wear when they exercise?
Leggings?
Like nylon.
Nylon leggings?
Like heavy metal butt rock. Spandex.
Spanx?
Spandex.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had him with his tight buns and his
spandex
and his crazy wig.
Uh-huh.
And
he played the bass?
No, he's playing like lead guitar.
Oh, well, sweet ass.
No, he was playing rhythm. Van was on lead.
Okay.
But that guy was up there wearing spandex with all three balls sticking out.
Three of them.
Well,
the dick and the balls.
He was hung like
a ball.
A patchouli, a little character.
Yeah, he was hung like a ball.
Hung like a light switch.
Click on it, click off. He was a grower, not a shower. We like to say.
3 gonads.
Yeah.
But he was rocking it. And then he had high top sneakers, I think. And I don't know. I just cut the kid loose. He was wild. And I said, eat him up. Eat him up.
Did he?
He did.
Sweet.
And we were just doing cover songs anyway. But it was really, good fun. Then we ended up playing Maze High. The PA blew up.
Yeah.
Zach's dad was on fire, I think.
Yeah.
I was basically, I thought I was in a version of The Young Ones.
Awesome.
I was a little drunk. Show. I thought I was like Vivian from The Young Ones. So I was just on stage at Maze High at the high school with all these teachers, and I was going, fucking I.
No, you weren't.
Fucking I, mate. And they were going, this will never happen again. And I don't think they allowed any bands to play there for the next 15 years.
Hilarious.
I really liked it,
Yeah.
It was harmless. It was cool.
And that was which band?
We were called Night Train because I'm pretty sure I'm the second guy that heard Guns N' Roses in Wichita.
Yeah.
First guy was, I can't think of his last name. This guy, Brian. He got a bootleg tape of this band, Guns N' Roses. And I went, that.
That's what I want.
And when I heard that, I was like, man, that. And then wherever I went, whatever club or people I hung out with, I took this tape everywhere. Mm-hmm. And
the Appetite tape.
It was before that. It was called Live Like a Suicide.
Okay.
And I said, this band out of L.A.
They're going to go somewhere.
Yeah.
They're doing something
That's what
different.
made me want to go to Los Angeles, pretty much.
Really? You went to L.A. because of Guns N' Roses and...
Andy Wood from Ian Asbury saying, when I met him, he said, you should go meet,
Yeah.
Well, I went
And
to
that was in
Seattle,
Seattle.
then that made me go to L.A.
From Seattle, you went to L.A.
Yeah, with the guy that died at the Burger King.
With the guy that died at the Burger King,
And
which was named...
people, Sean Sigler.
Okay.
And he was really beautiful.
Yeah.
We drove down there, we were all friends, and drove down to Hollywood, in one night. Mm-hmm. And I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and I'm seeing and it's really late at night. And anyway, we got into Hollywood Boulevard about 6 a.m. in the morning or something. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm a shit kicker from Wichita,
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, it's so fucking
different.
Dirty.
Oh, dirty.
But in a good way, like dirty Hollywood.
Yeah. Dirty, it made you feel like you're at home finally, or?
Yeah, I understood it.
Yeah.
And that day, the lead singer of the band Red Cross, punk band, Jeff McDonald, he came by because we were staying with some girl there, and he knew her. He came by, and we're going, man, that's the lead singer from Red Cross. And he brought carrot cake, and we're hanging out with him. And then it was within a month that I was at, they would always, the last days of real rock and roll Hollywood, they had day parties, day drinking type parties, pony kegs.
Right.
And I remember the first one I went to, and it was Duff McKagan, the bass player from Guns N' Roses. Oh, wow. And he goes, and he's 6 foot, 3,000, you know.
Yeah, huge.
And he goes, hey, you want a beer? And I go, slightly,
Yeah.
I was like, you're
So
Duff
awesome.
McKagan, man. I said, I'm from Wichita, Kansas. It's really cool to meet you,
Yeah.
And just had a beer. There was nothing heavy. It was just a beer and
some carrot
pool
cake.
party type thing, And then after that, bumped into Slash.
Oh, really?
And Perry Farrell, people from White Zombie. I can't think of the name of that bar, but at that time in Hollywood, everybody really hung out. Seattle was the same way. People hung out, and I knew Lane Staley and different people, and I don't know. It was really pretty dangerous times. We're in different dangerous times now, but that was a different kind of dangerous time. But so yeah, that kind of ended up there, and then it just got even scarier. And then Johnny Depp comes into it, and then it just gets worse and worse.
Really?
And worse.
So
Room.
tell, yeah, the Viper Room and the River Phoenix and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and he died on Halloween. I was in town then, and
When that happened.
yeah, and it upset me pretty good. You
Yeah.
know, I really because
You and a lot of people.
you know, I really love film and
Right.
actors and you know that type of thing, and I hate to see that type of thing. I mean, especially he was like 21 or 24 or something, kind of James Dean age or something.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was,
exactly.
It was upsetting.
The whole.
And I went up there. I went up to the Viper Room, and I remember I grabbed some roses, and somebody had left them there, and I was pretty drunk, and I set them on fire, and then I was squeezing the thorns,
Oh.
and then and then my hand was on fire, and then I was crying,
It was very emotional.
and somebody was putting me out, you
Oh,
know,
good.
threw a coat over me. You know.
Really?
When you're young, you're pretty emotional about, you know,
Sure.
young people dying, you know.
Definitely. It's because it's new.
I just hate to see talented people like leave, you know.
Too
There's
early.
not-
Yeah.
There's so many people that do such shit art. So when you have the few leave, you go, you know, we're running out of, we only have a few people here,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay, from there, here we are in LA, and it's like a bad time. It's down low. But then, where do you go from there? What
we
happens
go all the
there?
way back to Wichita, and we go to Ronnie True,
Uh-huh.
and then we go back to Joel Hesser, and Miles, and Grant,
And hang with those guys.
Dead Orchestra, Stuart Worths,
Definitely.
and
Yeah.
it was no more just mom and pop country shop, and it was
It was heavy.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Some heavy shit. Uh-huh.
And then watched them turn into these fucking men that fucking brought it to the table, and it
Yeah.
was really heavy and very cool.
Yeah.
And then Ronnie True's all involved with that, and he's, you know, pretty much like one of the few saints of Wichita. At least that's how I see him.
Well, yeah.
And he
Ronnie,
was always really good
he
to
took
me.
care of everyone, and he also supplied finance on that and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
and
he
made
was.
things happen out there.
I may be a little weird, but I've always found him pretty holy. You know,
Yeah.
I
He was a nice. I mean,
admired
even
him.
though he
I
was
looked
a
up to him.
heavy character, he was a nice person, and his heart was in the right place always. I thought,
because he could whip my ass at any moment.
and he did.
And I would walk into the bar, you know, wearing some fucking David Bowie looking shit, and he'd go, "How's it going, Ian?" And I'd go, "Hey, how's it going, Ronnie?" You know.
Yeah.
And he could have flipped me shit. He could have given me grief.
Yeah.
Never did. And if I ever needed anything, man, that guy, I could depend on him. He was. People say brother.
Yeah.
I mean, he was like.
He was the brother.
He was the real deal. 1%.
Like almost a father figure for a lot of people.
Yeah.
JD
But nothing was
Salinger.
happening.
You want to talk about JD Salinger?
Yeah, it's just.
Is this just because I live in Park City?
No,
Okay.
no, it's just
'Cause
because
this is John
it's
Lennon.
rock and roll. John Lennon, you just said it yourself. See, we're both seers. You and me are both seers.
John Lennon and I live in John
MK
Lennon.
Ultra. Every time somebody assassinates somebody, they're carrying a copy of The Catcher in the Rye, and I thought I'd come and assassinate your fucking radio show.
Well, oh shit! Can't assassinate anything that doesn't really exist.
It actually does, and it's really good. You just have to take time and build it.
It's coming. It's coming, my friend, and you're part of it. So I'm super.
I wanted to be.
Thank you, impressed, and that you came.
Came all the
down.
way from Berlin, Germany, to hang out with you.
Thank you so much. You're my German. You're my German.
How did I get here
listener.
tonight?
The cab.
Pulled up in a taxi.
Yep. Like
That's right.
like a pro,
Like a king, dude.
like a king.
I didn't call and say, "Hey, can't make it."
No, you came, and I am fucking glad.
Anywho,
So okay, we're going. We went backward and forward and backward, and you went to L.A. and you met some keen guys that you're doing some music with now.
yeah,
Do you want to talk about Black Rebel
I
Motorcycle
work
Club?
with them a little bit. I work with Black Rebel Motorcycle Club a bit.
Like touring with them?
No, I never am allowed to do
So
that.
you called yourself on the internet. You called yourself their online spiritual tech support.
Yeah, it's
So
more for
go-
the fans. you know.
So the spiritual tech support for the fans. So you're kind of patting the ladies that they throw to the side, or what the hell's going on there?
No. They have so many fans around the world, and with see, when I grew up, we didn't have laptops and MacBooks and stuff.
Right.
And what's so exciting now is that most people take it for granted, but I don't. You know, that you can get online, and you're talking to somebody from Indonesia. Mm-hmm. And they have their own political climate and religious climates and stuff, but they love rock and roll. Or you're talking to some kids from Russia. Mm-hmm. Or you're talking to kids from Germany. Or you're talking to kids from Japan, which is where they're at right now.
Yeah.
And that is so super exciting to
be a part of. Like,
yeah, when they started out, I was a fan from like the first year.
Right.
And that's all I was. I was
and
just a fan.
And they are killer, man. I checked them out after I heard you were coming on. I'm like, I'm going to research Ian and see what Ian's been up to. And I noticed you love these guys. That you're really a part of them. You know, in some way, you're a part of their team. And I got online. I got
lucky because just being a fan and just being dedicated and loyal. Mm-hmm. Loyalty it's kind of like a Johnny Cash, the Ring of Fire, and not everybody's allowed in the ring, but you know, when you're a fan type thing, and we have real fans, and then everybody's in, and it's kind of like a club in a sense. Where,
and they're a 3-part band.
Yeah, we have Leah. She's on drums, and Peter.
She's newer, right? Because there was
we had Nick Jago. He was really cool, but he wanted to do other things, and that's cool. We respected that. But Leah, she's from like Denmark, and she's brilliant.
Right.
And then there's Pete and Rob, and they switch back and forth between bass and guitar.
Okay.
And writing.
And which one is the gray-haired one?
That's Peter Hayes.
Okay, Peter Hayes. Yeah.
They're all really good people. They're, he's kind of an old soul, and just known him for a really long time. Just very little. When my family died, and a big chunk of my family died, they were kind of there for me.
Right. And
then when they kind of lost their dad, then I fancy I was a bit there for them.
Okay.
And I helped work on like an album called Spectre at the Feast a bit, like album cover ideas and video ideas.
Right.
And I'm kind of in between. I do a lot of little different things,
right.
You know. The most exciting part is just working with the fans. That's
right.
my favorite part. And let's say that we have some fans that are down on their luck and they're going, I can't afford tickets to the show, man.
Right.
Even though the tickets,
they'll let you go.
We don't even have expensive tickets, but
right.
One person's expensive is not another person's expensive.
Right.
So they always, allow me to like get when I want to get somebody in to a show, straight up backstage, everything,
right.
the full deal.
They seem really
and they don't
cool.
want anything in return. It's just a humbleness.
And they play everywhere. They're like really well known.
And they'll even play outdoors afterwards after the concert.
Really?
Just take their acoustic out there and just be with the people on the streets. They always.
So how long have you been with them? What would you say?
20 years.
Really? So okay, is that what got you to Germany?
Well, a lot of things got me to Germany. That's just life. Oh my God, Cessna!
It's an airplane in Kansas, no doubt.
No kidding. It's either a tornado or a Cessna.
I'll try to do something about that. Let's just kind of talk around.
No, I like the sound of it.
I like it too, but it's gonna definitely show up.
Good, let it.
All right.
But yeah, I've been with them for I don't know, a long time. It's just and through them, then we've worked with other people and other bands,
right?
And constantly supporting other bands, whether it's Carl Barat and the Jackals or the Black Angels from Texas, from Austin, I believe it is.
Yeah, I love Austin.
Brian Jonestown Massacre, we go back with them a ways, and it's just a more supportive. It's not the 70s where it's you get to open up for us and we're going to turn up louder and make you look like dicks.
Right.
This is like, man, everything we put out, we're going to make sure that your name's somewhere on it.
Right.
Or fans, or the fans bands.
Which,
That's what I get to do a lot. We have a lot of fans that are not signed, but they're in bands. And then on the website that I'm on, Ask Ian at brmc.com, I get to promote every. It doesn't even matter if I agree with your music, even if you're a decent person. Then I'm like, yeah, well, you should have light, you know.
Right.
So we support. I've supported
family.
bands from Wichita, Kansas on there. They played here once with the Rolling Stones at Lawrence Dumont. Okay. No, WSU. WSU, sorry.
All right, this is Ian Ottaway's song, I'm Always, featuring Mark Lanigan and Matt Boroff. Enjoy it. Yeah, what is the inspiration that runs the Ian Ottaway show?
I grew up in a time in Wichita where I think it was a little more difficult for rock and roll type people, or whatever you want to call it.
It wasn't, you weren't socially accepted.
Yeah, because if you were transgendered or you have purple hair or something, I mean, man, I got shit just for having just simple black hair down to my shoulders.
Right.
And it's opened up really a lot now, and I really like to see that. Mm-hmm. And I think all the people that I've mentioned before, whether it's Michael Lacey or Ronnie True, or everybody had yourself involved. Everybody had a piece of like making it a more accepting town, more open-minded, bigger city. It wants to be a big city, then be a big city. But you have to,
take the good with the bad.
But back when I was growing up, it was it bordered a bit redneck-ish with, or like The Outsiders with Socias and
definitely.
And that wasn't fun, So then some people would think I was an asshole, and I'm retaliating against these people having a problem with me. That,
like misunderstood.
yeah, and I don't have a problem with this guy.
Rebel without a
I'm
cause.
trying to find a place to belong. Yeah.
Right.
There's a real struggle going on now. There's a lot of I don't give a shit, and there's a lot of I give a shit.
Yeah, or I
And
give
I'm more
too
on the
much of
side-
a shit.
Yeah,
You know?
but I'm on the more of the side. I fancy the, I give a shit.
Did that
you know.
change from when you were young?
Yeah, because
It just does, right?
well, I pray that I get a little more intelligent every year. I mean, that's kind of what it's about. You're supposed to get better,
Right.
not get worse.
Which is the whole point when you were a kid, learning about books and how books led to filmmaking and how filmmaking led to
Exactly.
pop culture and
Yeah,
how
I
you were
didn't-
able, your
yeah.
brain was able to get those all attributed to one
exactly.
another.
I didn't just stop at rock and roll. It turns into cinematography. It turns into photography. It turns into all these things, and you got to respect that, even if it's madness.
Yeah,
So that's-
it is.
I've been lucky enough to do that, so that's pretty cool. Pretty much based around rock and roll, So,
Right.
but rock and roll brings you good things usually.
Music in general, I think,
Does.
if you have that,
And it's not just rock and roll; it's just
because it
music,
speaks
like
all
you said.
language. You have inspiration here in this city of people that are different than you, but they still love you for who you are as an artist and an individual.
Well,
And
sometimes they hate me, but I still love them.
hate and love. There's a hate and love. There's a give
Yeah.
and take. And those guys are Michael Carmody, for sure.
Yeah, I love him, and I love.
Ronnie True, of course.
Well, we already mentioned him.
Yeah, lots of times because he deserves it,
Who's
100%.
the guy that I just said? Mike
Michael Santiago.
Who else did I want to mention? Chad Stubbs.
Chad
You know,
Stubbs. Uh-huh.
he's like me. He's a fucking struggling fucking rock and roller.
Is that-
And we wanted to give a shout out to the
Wichita.
Wichita American Indian Center.
Yeah, and the keeper of the plains, looking all
Yeah.
pretty.
I would like to say I don't like the new version of Talks Coffee House. That's bullshit.
I think
Thank
that's
you.
called Jimmy Steiner or something.
Yeah, well, whatever, Jim. Sorry, this is a radio plug. If you haven't got that potato salad
Holy
from
shit.
Tanya
I'm
Soup
telling you.
Kitchen, then you haven't lived yet. And the crocodile sandwich, please.
Which
Good
is
heavens.
the vegetarian, which is the cheese sandwich. Oh, and by the way, that potato salad, they gave you a lot of it, so take a little bit of it home and microwave it for 30 seconds
No shit.
in hell.
I never even did that. I always just took it
Oh
cold.
my, oh hell yes.
And Harry's Bar and Grill. Well, we're gonna have. I'm gonna send you a link to one of my songs, and I'll have you just have a snippet.
Okay.
What is this?
Do you know what it is already? What is it?
Roll with the Damned.
Roll with the Damned. Are you the lead singer?
Yeah, and it's with Joe Cardamone.
Face down, crooked economy. Fake news, 21st century. Ruling in rags. Hardwired, digital dreams. Your days are numbered like a lamb out for slaughter round. Roll with the damned. With your mother's face, do things, do things. You got blocked with your back to the wall. You moved Fresh scars, wet body inside my mind. No mask, no crime. No mask, no crime. Fresh scars, red body inside my mind. No mask, no crime.
For coming, taking the time, doing the whole deal. We're
My
doing
pleasure.
the deal.
I appreciate your hospitality. It's hectic.
Is that a donkey on your arm there?
A what?
A donkey.
No.
What is that?
There's no donkey on me. Oh, it is. But it's a Mother Mary donkey, though.
I thought that's exactly what it is.
Her halo is atom bombs.
I see that.
But it's from a Nick Cave book.
Beautiful.
But see, it's a balance, and then there's the Native American.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all fucking... Mostly it's just dead people and dead animals. Fucking moo. all my pets and all my family and friends that I've lost. Stuart Worse is right there.
Oh,
that's
sure.
Stuart. Yeah,
Sure.
a lot of people took him for granted or just wrote him off as some fucking dickhead. And I'm like, you don't understand. I lived with that guy for like 3 years.
He's a gentle heart, man.
I lived with him for 3 years. I know that motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put him on my skin if he was a piece of shit.
No, he's a good guy.
He was one of...
He's a fucking good guy.
He was just
and really
troubled.
talented,
Just,
you know.
Yeah, but troubled, like...
The cycle.
He's like, I'm at my basement at my parents' house. I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, no, fuck, stay with me, dude.
That's fucking up.
We'll go to fucking Europe or whatever. Fuck off, you know?
Yeah, but you'll just pick up and go, and you can do that. And some people, they
but,
feel
man,
those deep roots.
some people
you know?
fucking it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to get older with you.
Right.
And that's
That's
the
okay,
part.
too.
But yeah, well, you know what? It is and it isn't, because then you have to fucking walk with that. You have to learn how to walk with that.
But if you can walk
So I
up
put it
tall
on the arm.
with it,
I put it on the arm,
Yeah.
and I fucking...
good for you.
I keep his picture with me. I sprinkled his ashes on Oscar Wilde's fucking apartment in London.
Good for you.
Stuart Worth is on Oscar Wilde shit. Sprinkled his ashes in San Francisco. Sprinkled them in Los Angeles.
Man.
I got him around. I buried his tree with his family. You know, put that tree in there. And that's fucking super huge by now.
Yeah.
But his dog died right after him, and he was good people, man.
So
Just most
tell
people
me-
don't know it.
Last thing, okay?
Yeah.
What is how you want people to remember you?
I love to sketch and get at emotions and humor. And people sometimes, you know, they're offended and they take off, and I'm deleted, you know, and it's like, oh, you know, teardrop on the knob.
Yeah, or not, you know.
But some people go, hey, man, that made me cry, or man, I left my ass off all morning and spilled my coffee.
Right.
Those
I
are the,
read it a lot, and I really like it.
Those are the ones I like, when you go, I spilled my coffee,
Yeah.
or I cried, and I'm going, cool.
Or it took me somewhere. For me personally, I read it.
Or it was something fun, and you
and it
were
was
like,
just
wow, that was...
somewhere so outside of where I am.
You know.
Like what I have to read every day or what I have to do every day. That it was emotionally stimulating.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a little bit fun, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
even like a David Bowie song or something, you know. I mean, he had choice
you played
words.
Black
and,
Star the other day, and
yeah,
that's one of my favorites because I love Bowie in general, old
Yeah,
Bowie, but that Black Star album, holy
that's
shit!
right, when he died. And
You know,
boy,
Kirk did the Infinite Spirals album, and he did it right before he died, and it was all about. It was stuff he wrote before he knew he was sick, but then when he was sick, it turned into something else. And that's exactly what the Bowie album was to me. When I listened to it, I was like, oh, it's someone who had these things in mind, and then when they really came down to mortality, like here I am, then it changes every fucking thing.
Yeah, and they're seeing something that, I don't know, they're tapping into something that a lot of people make fun of, whether it's spirituality or, telekinesis or whatever you want to call it. But
yeah,
you're tapping into something, and but that can always make us really afraid too, because you're always like, if I write this,
everybody hates it, then who cares, right?
Hey, you write it for yourself.
Right. That's kind of this.
I think you should do everything for yourself. I think whether it's painting or architecture or anything.
Like 100%. 100%.
Do it for yourself, and other people like it, that's great.
And jump in both
If they
feet
don't like
first.
it, so what? Did say, Oscar Wilde said, he goes, you know what, if everybody likes what you're doing,
shouldn't be.
You're doing something fucking wrong.
Oscar Wilde was fucking
He was on top with that.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to please everyone. If you're pleasing everyone, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
And
Then something
you
isn't
have to
there.
do it for yourself first. If it pleases you and you go, I am happy with my work.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't believe, even if people say, if they adulate and they go, hey, I love this to know. I mean, you have to say, you don't have to, but it's like,
it's better.
It's like, well, thank you kindly. And if people go, man, that's the fucking soggiest fucking cock I've ever fucking heard. And then you go, hey, that's cool too. Because you can't take either one that serious.
You
can't
should say,
because you're taking
really?
yourself too serious.
Take your critique.
Do you like what you're doing? And if you like what you're doing, then be humble and be thankful and try to get as rad as you can.
Yeah.
Or as mellow as you can. Whatever you're trying to do. I hate trying. There's no trying. There's doing. But so you do what you're doing. And should some people think it's great? Hey man, that's amen. Thank you kindly.
Yeah.
If people hate it, say, hey, I respect that too. Right.
I got you, man.
But you let people have their own opinion, but you can't live by either one. You only have to live by what you did. Your biggest competition is yourself.
Right.
That's the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure.
Killer.
Do you have any last words?
Just wanted to say I appreciate your hospitality.
I love you, man.
Thank you for your generosity and having me over. And
of course.
It's been a pleasure. And
anytime.
It's good to be back in Wichita.
So that was Ian Ottaway. I'm going to leave you off with his already released song, Old Angel Midnight, and it's a pretty cool song. I like it. Like always, you can like us, or you can share us, or you can even criticize us, because it's Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. But I'd love to hear from you guys, and if you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, I'm planning for my next season. I have some more coming up. I have a comedian, Megan Welch, coming, and the mayor, Brandon Whipple, sat down with me over Skype and did an interview. I also have Richard Krausen in my queue, so I have a little bit to do still before the summer starts for me. Thank you all for listening. I hope you guys catch a pocket you can be proud of. Here is Old Angel Midnight. Take it easy.
Old angel midnight, glass of me the moon. You found that old devil, the needle chased the spoon. Burning up in hell, downtown. Burning up in hell, downtown. It's all she wrote, Blue Monday, the big for you. Here come the phantoms, dust mops and brooms, burning up in hell downtown, burning up in hell downtown. Roosevelt Hotel, my old angel midnight, lighting up a cigarette, burning up in hell downtown.